In this video, I'm going to show you 5 life-changing decision-making principles that I found in this book. But first, let's step into a world far simpler than our own. Picture this, a sun-drenched field under the soft touch of the summer breeze. Now meet our 2 main characters, Rosie Rabbit and Oliver Owl, whose simple yet profound story will lead us into the heart of what it means to be an essentialist. Rosie's struggle. Rosie Rabbit is a creature consumed by the desire to have it all. With bright eyes filled with ambition and a heart that beats to please, she exhausts herself day in and day out, gathering more and more carrots. Her field is her whole world, and she wants to conquer it, not just for herself, but to please everyone around her. The other rabbits in the field notice Rosie's efforts, drawn by her generosity and hard work, start asking her to gather carrots for their family. Rosie can't bring herself to refuse. She doesn't want to disappoint anyone. It's a weakness that eventually turns into a burden. Soon, Rosie's struggle begins to grow. What started as a simple favor has now grown into a massive responsibility. The quantity of carrots she has to pick increases, and in her desire to be all things to all rabbits, the quality inevitably begins to suffer. She's so occupied with meeting everyone else's demands that she starts gathering carrots that aren't even ripe yet. Her mornings are a rush, and her evenings a blur. And in her haste, she even collects some that are beginning to mold. Despite all of her hard work, the other rabbits are indifferent. They aren't grateful because the carrots Rosie brings them are subpar quality. They take without giving, and Rosie feels a growing sense of exhaustion and despair. But lucky for us, in this world lives an owl, Oliver the owl. Perched high on a branch and watching Rosie struggle, he approaches her with a piece of wisdom that seems simple, but holds profound depth. He encourages Rosie to focus on selecting only the ripest, juiciest, most vibrant carrots. Quality, Rosie, quality, he tells her, his eyes sparkling with understanding. He suggests that by taking on everyone else's tasks, she's doing them a disservice. They're exploiting Rosie's goodwill, and they're missing out on the joy and satisfaction of accomplishing the task themselves. More importantly, they're denying Rosie the chance to choose the best for her family, to enjoy the fruits of her labor, and to experience the real joy in giving. The transformation. Taking Oliver's advice to heart, Rosie starts saying no to other rabbits. It's not easy at first, and the other rabbits' disappointed faces weigh heavily on her heart. But with Oliver's supportive wisdom, she persists. The other rabbits, forced to fend for themselves, learn to respect her decision. By focusing on picking only the best carrots, Rosie finds she's less burdened, more effective, and much happier. Her days are no longer a chaotic rush, but a joyful pursuit of excellence. Her family savors every bite of their dinner, appreciating the exceptional quality of the carrots. Her life has been transformed, all because she chose quality over quantity, the essential over the trivial. This, my friends, is the essence of essentialism. Today, I'll guide you through what I personally learned from reading the book Essentialism by Greg Mckeown. And no, today's video isn't just another book review. It's a discovery of how the principles in this book change the very way that we approach decision making. Here, I'll break down the 5 most vital principles I learned from this book. Now you might be wondering, what is essentialism really? At its heart, essentialism is about recognizing and focusing on what truly matters and eliminating all that distracts us from it. It's a philosophy, a way of life, a commitment to living with intention and purpose. Greg Mckeown's book, Essentialism, provides an effective roadmap to declutter our lives and reach our maximum potential. It's a deeply transformative guide that challenges us to rethink our priorities, our decisions, and our very way of life. Principle 1, the vital few versus the trivial many. In a world with infinite options and opportunities, essentialism calls us to embrace the principle of the vital few versus the trivial many. Essentialism guides us to carefully select the vital few, those choices that truly matter to us, and let go of the trivial many, the distractions that scatter our focus. By doing so, we shift from the mentality of doing more to the wisdom of doing what's important. Just tending to the select few flowers allows them to flourish in the garden. Focusing on what truly matters allows us to cultivate a life of depth, purpose, and fulfillment. Principle 2, creating space for focus. In a world with social media, Netflix, and the ice cream truck jingle, maintaining focus can feel impossible. Distractions are the thief of productivity and creativity, often leading us down paths of scattered effort and unfulfilled potential. Creating space for focus is the second principle Essentialism brings to light. Consider your mind as a workspace. When cluttered with distractions, it becomes chaotic and gives a shallow output. However, when we deliberately create uninterrupted time for focused tasks, we transform our mind into a powerhouse of innovation and excellence. A clear and focused mind yields ideas and achievements beyond measure. Principle 3, the power of saying no. In a culture that glorifies multitasking and constant availability, the concept of saying no can seem as a form of rejection. However, Essentialism tells us that the power of saying no is an affirmation of doing what truly matters. Just as Rosie learned to say no to other rabbits' requests to focus on her family's needs, we must learn to set boundaries and prioritize our own lives. Because if you don't prioritize your life, then someone else will. Think of your time and energy as a finite resource. Every yes to a non-essential obligation is a no to something of greater importance. By selectively and intentionally committing our time and energy, we reclaim our autonomy and lead lives with purpose and fulfillment. Principle 4, quality over quantity. In an era where accumulation of more seems like the clear path, quality over quantity teaches that this might not be the case. Consider Rosie's transformation from picking every carrot to selecting only the ripest and finest carrots. This illustration holds true in many areas of our life, from relationships to work and hobbies. Essentialism encourages us to embrace the idea that it's not just about the sheer quantity of what we do, but the quality of our efforts and experiences. Just as a handful of ripe carrots can be more satisfying than a basket of unripe ones, choosing quality over quantity transforms our lives, ensuring that our time and energy are invested in endeavors that truly matter. Principle 5, the joy of missing out. JOMO. The journey from FOMO to JOMO marks a profound shift in perspective, one that actively displays essentialism. Instead of chasing every opportunity and diluting our focus, we're encouraged to embrace the joy found in centering our attention on what truly matters. JOMO doesn't encourage us to retreat from life or our daily responsibilities. It's about consciously engaging with the right parts of it. It's a celebration of our choices, an affirmation of our intentional living, and a pathway to discovering contentment and fulfillment. Imagine your life as a tapestry, where each thread is woven together with intention, creating a beautiful mosaic of experiences that resonate with purpose and satisfaction. JOMO teaches us to savor these threads, to bask in the moments that most matter, and to journey through life with the assurance that fulfillment arises not from chasing everything, but from celebrating the beauty of what we have chosen to embrace. Funny joke time! Why did the Essentialists get rid of all their clothes? They decided it was time for some serious discernment. Humor aside, this joke shows the profound truth of essentialism. It's about choosing what matters most and having the courage to say no to everything else. It's not about deprivation, it's about liberation, freeing ourselves from the clutter that holds us back. If you're somehow eager to learn more about essentialism and what Greg Mckeown has to offer, I can't recommend getting yourself one of these books and studying it yourself enough. This book is more than just a collection of ideas. It's a tool, a guide, a mentor that can lead you down the path to a more focused, meaningful, and joyful life. If you want to get yourself a copy of this book, the link will be in the description below. And if you happen to like this video, please leave a thumbs up. It helps out the channel. Thank you all for watching, and remember, by focusing on the essential, you can lead a life of greater impact and fulfillment. Essentialism is not a quick fix. It's a lifelong journey, a commitment to living with intention. Keep exploring, keep learning, and stay essential. Peace.